We're here for Vinland Saga, episode 10. And let me tell you, if I've learned one thing from Thorfinn, I've learned to be a busy boy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't think you are. So I grew my own wheat. It's glorious. And watching this was about as exciting as Vinland Saga. But anyway, I definitely do have a beautiful, luscious field here. And it's going to go right here. But I thought it would be fun.
Oh my God. So all the talk about how slow this season is, bam, 3-year jump.
Yeah. And
And
Canute looks devilishly good.
Einar and Thorfinn are about to get their freedom. The
At an
master is going to
expedited
the
rate.
capital, where Canute is also getting to.
He's there.
I told you last week, the start of season 2 started last week, and
This was official.
more evidence of it is this week. It was another amazing episode, and my God, I could talk for hours about Canute and the poison that is the crown.
I'm a little worried about Canute.
A little? Excuse me?
I think something's wrong.
He's killing his brother.
Did you take that for as literal as it was? Like he's been poisoning his brother? He just got there.
Yes.
He just got there.
Does he need to be physically there to have someone poison him?
All right, you're right.
Yeah, actually, him being there would actually cause suspicion. But if somebody just does it on the low, I'm just going to pay you hush money. Maybe I'll kill you when you get it done to guarantee that this never gets out.
That sounds safe.
And then I am the one king to unify, so I can then make my paradise. But wait a minute. Then I'll have to kill them and take over that country.
A lot of blood has to
slay
fall.
all those
Yeah.
people. But then it's peace.
So do you think he's doing it? Do you think he's
losing
wrong?
his losing
But do you
his
think
mind.
he's wrong?
My God, in the conversations with his father, is he wrong?
You mean the head?
He is exactly
The head's not his father. It's just the head.
So in a lot of ways, his father is kind of like he's doing the same flashbacks that Thorfinn was doing, except his flashbacks are fueling his fire to go down this path of self-destruction and annihilation.
Okay.
Canute is now a bad character. He is the enemy of the show, and I am fascinated to see how Thorfinn and him clash.
Well, let me tell you how Thorfinn's going to do it. Ready? Don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Stop it. Stop it. Look, I don't want to be violent
Listen,
as they rape and pillage everybody and Einar's girlfriend.
The,
Literally everybody.
Canute is going down a path that is both parts fascinating and tragic. So, Canute in season 1 when he was talking to the priest, and Thorfinn when he was in that dream sequence after he got knocked out with
In this current season.
season.
the lamb.
Thorfinn and Canute had the same epiphany, which is, I wonder if I can make peace on earth. And you see how Canute is led by being the king and wearing the crown, and how he is poisoned by the #1 virus, which is absolute power.
Absolutely.
And
We all
what does
want that.
absolute power do?
Corrupts absolutely.
Exactly. Thorfinn, where they come from, Canute's he was angry at God. He was forsaking God.
Right.
He wants to create paradise on earth, and he was very angry.
Makes
so
sense.
the emotions that he fueled his desire was negative emotions. Thorfinn came to this with acceptance and self-forgiveness. So he's going to go the other direction. And he doesn't have the burden of having to become king. Their clash this season is going to be epic.
Do you honestly think, now, really hear me out, a poor slave farmer and Canute, the king of the actual world at that time, we'll say, is going to give any kind of shit of what Thorfinn has to say?
Yes.
You're giving Thorfinn so much credit.
You forget the fact that Canute respects Thorfinn.
Yeah, but that was years and years ago. They were different people.
Maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, long time.
He's not going to forget.
Long time.
He knows exactly who Thorfinn was back then.
Yeah, but now
and
he finds out Thorfinn's not going to do
he's not going
nothing.
to find that out.
He ain't going to do nothing.
This is going to be a fantastic.
I don't think the Master's
second
coming
half of
back,
the
by the
season.
way.
He might die.
I think he's going to die.
Yeah.
As soon as he was riding away, because he's like, I'm going to come back and make this all finalized. He ain't coming back. And then
There's
his
a
son's
chance.
going to take over, and no one's going to get their freedom.
Yeah. And I
'Cause
don't
Canute
believe
doesn't want it.
Thorfinn's going to be able to succeed fully. I do believe he's going to hurt people again in the future. I do believe that he's going to kind of figure out a happy medium to where it's like only under absolute dire circumstances do I ever pull out warrior Thorfinn anymore.
Like Batman.
Kind of.
Like a vigilante kind of thing.
No, only for like situations where it's either death or violence to his loved ones, or he steps in.
Okay.
It might be something like that. I do believe he's going to settle on like there, but he's going to have to slowly come to that, where he realizes maybe pacifism and stoicism isn't the answer, but it's like
Never is.
mostly is. And only under crazy circumstances do you ever not. And I know people who are stoics and like people who like are pacifists who will say that never can happen, or
Because
otherwise you're not
anymore, right?
right. But I'm fascinated to find out if where he finds his happy medium, if he does find a happy medium. The season is
This was another slapper episode for you.
Ryan, this season so far for me is the epitome of an S, and it's probably higher of an S than anything we've ever watched. And that's why it's like it's so hard for me to like. I know we joke and like we're arguing about it. I want you to like this so bad, and like there's nothing I can say that's going to make you go, oh yeah, I didn't see it that way, or like, yeah, if I think about it more in depth and I step back and I stop trying to project on what I want it to be and accept it for what it is, I know you're not going to get there.
Look, it might make it on the tier list for me.
It might make it on the tier list, as in D.
If maybe it might scrape in there.
Yeah, and you're not alone either. There's the fan base.
I feel good.
Is
Thank you,
split.
guys.
Now you are the vast minority.
Yeah.
But there are several people
free
out
thinkers. We want better for shows that we watch, and we want more entertainment. I don't sit down to watch paint dry. I don't sit down. Although I will say, between Thorfinn and A&R, I feel like I need to go out and chop trees 7 days a week. Because, good Lord, they look good.
They are buff, yeah.
Wow.
Well, 3 years of cutting trees down.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, look, I was proud of them. They finally chopped the last tree down. Felt bad for the tree because it was an older tree, just to tear it up for farming. But that's fine.
See Thorfinn's mindset, too? He's a little bit happier.
Yeah,
a lot
he
of
was
times
very,
go
like,
about it, yeah.
Very happy.
He's very attached to A&R. Could you imagine what if anything happens to A&R? Where
I think
he
something
might
might.
go mentally?
Because obviously they were talking
Boy.
about where they want to go, what they want to do. And I just assumed that they're going to be together because Thorfinn did talk about going and find his family, which I don't believe would be there anymore.
He'd said that.
But I just think if them being together, stealing A&R's girlfriend, and getting out of town.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I think
There's
it's going to take a dark turn on the
shit
farm.
going down this season, yeah. And by the end of it, I'm going to make a prediction that, because I trust the storytelling of Vinland Saga so much, that I'm even going to, A, pray, and B, predict.
Oh, did you see the scripture
That
they were doing in the middle of the show?
You are going to love it by the end.
Okay.
But yes, I did. Yeah, it was the Old Testament.
Yeah.
And it was then
preaching to me.
And then it got into Canute's storyline.
Right, which makes sense. Yeah.
And
So
he's
you're thinking I'm going to like this season.
By the time it's done, and the time they spent to make you care about Einar and Thorfinn's relationship with him, and their friendship as a whole, and the farm, and the progress they've made, and like anything that happens to them or it will have an impact by the end. And I think by the end you'll come around to it. It just might take 24 episodes.
Right. Just if 23 wouldn't make it. 24?
24.
Possibly.
I'm just like so confident that even the people that feel like it's like watching paint dry, by the time it's over, will go,
damn, that wall looks good.
man, yeah, that's a damn good looking wall.
I don't know. That was episode 10, guys. We'll be back next week for episode 11, and we will get the full thoughts on that one.
Arguing over that episode too, most likely.
See you next week.